Indian Constitution, the most powerful yet so vulnerable written constitution of this world. Hello everyone, my name is Rahul Bajpayee and today I will be talking about some of the nuances of our Indian Constitution. In one of my earlier videos, I have talked about what are the weaknesses and what are the shortcomings of the Article 15. And in this video, I will be talking about how the politicians or the ruling parties mold or govern the people of this India and how they mold the constitution as per their needs. So, I will be taking the help of the emergency. Yes, as you might have heard about, in 25th of June 1975, the then Congress government led by Srimati Indira Gandhi imposed a national emergency in our country, and it affected our Indian democracy in a very bad way. So, I will be talking in much more details about what led to that emergency, why she imposed the emergency, and what are the things which we learn from that. So I will be talking about those things in my coming videos, and I will talking on, there are so many things which are happened from the year 1971 to 2000. There are so many things happened in our Indian political history. So I have lots of content. So I'll be discussing about them in my upcoming and next videos. So today I will be talking about what changes did Srimati Indira Gandhi did during that emergency period and what happened to our democracy. So first of all, let me talk about what is emergency is. Uh, I am constantly seeing in front of my eyes there is nothing. So don't think that I am taking the help of any kind of notes or all those things. Being a hardcore engineer, yet I am very much interested in Indian polity. So you can appreciate my knowledge or you can also depreciate the Indian education system. Anyways, let's come to the point and talk about what happened during the emergency. First of all, let me talk about some constitutional aspect of emergency. Emergency comes under the part 18 from Article 352 to Article 360 of the Indian Constitution. And it has three parts: national emergency, the state emergency or the president's rule, and the third is financial emergency. So, in the year 1975, from 25th of June, Indira Gandhi government imposed national emergency throughout the country. So, what happened? What changes she did in the emergency? As you all know, Indian constitution is not rigid, not flexible. It can be amended as per the needs of the time, and many a time it got amended because of the personal interest of that ruling party. So, she introduced 38th amendment in the year 1975 and 42th amendment in the year 1976. The amendment number 42 is also considered as the mini constitution because it added so many things into the constitution and it changed so many things in the Indian constitution which was already mentioned in that. First of all, let us talk about what the positive things which she added in the Indian constitution. First of all, she added fundamental duties in the part 4A of the Indian constitution. It was based on the Swaran Singh committee. In that fundamental duties, it was mentioned 10 duties which are need to be followed by us, the Indian citizens. These are some of the duties which we as a citizen must follow for the respect of our nation. So those were the positive things. And after that, she added three words in the preamble of the constitution. As you know that preamble it only a context of the Indian constitution. It is never got amended before and it never got amended later after. But still she amended that preamble also, and she added three words that were integrity, secularism, and socialistic. From thereafter, India is considered as a socialistic or secular country. It was already following the secular practices as we have right to religion and all those things in our fundamental rights. Yet she added the secular word in that preamble as specifically. So these are the sort of positive things, but she did a dictator type of things later after. In the 38th amendment, it is one of the most deadliest amendment which had ever happened in the history of India. First of all, she made the national emergency immune from judicial review. As you might have heard about that, judiciary controls, or judiciary is the uh, caretaker of whatever things are happening in this country, or whatever things are happening by the executive. So they review whatever points or whatever article or whatever amendment has been done by the Indian government. So she made the national emergency immune from judicial review. She removed that thing from the ambit of judicial review. It means the judges of Supreme Court or any other courts, or any other high courts of the country are not able to see the validity of national emergency. So any government can implement national emergency as per their needs without giving any kind of reason, any specific reason. So it was the first thing that it made national emergency immune from judicial review. And the second thing is, she made decisions made by the governors under Article 356 immune from judicial review again. It means any state government, any state governor can impose state emergency or the president's rule without even asking, or without any information, without any prior information, and that state government cannot go against that decision of the executive to any of the court. This was the second thing. And the third thing she did is, she made all the decisions made by the council of ministers compulsory for the president to be followed. It means the president cannot make his own decision. He has to follow whatever ideas are given to the president by the council of ministers. So these were the three four things. And in the 42nd amendment, she added one more thing. Yeah, she made things like the national emergency can be implemented by the prime minister and the president without prior discussion with the cabinet. So in this case, she was not even trusting the council of ministers. It was just a personal decision or the pocket cabinet in which her son Sanjay Gandhi was a part. So she made a decision without even asking to her council of ministers, and she informed the president about it, and the president next day imposed the national emergency. So this was also one of the most devastating or the anti-democratic thing, that she was not even asking her council of ministers about the imposition of the national emergency. So these were the things which has been done during the national emergency, and many of the things, I think most of the things. And yes, one more thing, the decision of implementing the emergency was to be taken by simple majority. It means, as you all know, that the number of MPs in our country is 573, and 572, and sorry, it is 512 or something. Sorry, I am forgetting that. But the number of MPs you need to form a government is 273. Yeah, 512 are total number of MPs, and 273 is the number of MPs you need to form a government. So the decision to implement the national emergencies is being taken by the simple majority. It means the people who are in the government, they only can decide the implementation of emergency. So it was also a bad thing, because there are AC directly removed the role of opposition. So it was also a bad thing. So these were the bad things or the nuances by which she molded the Indian constitution in a way which favored her. And yeah, in the later part, almost all the things has been removed in the 44th Amendment Act by the Janta government, which came after the emergency. So they removed all the bad provisions which was introduced by her. So whatever, the national emergency now came into the ambit of judicial review. So the judiciary can question the uh, the validity of this national emergency. And these were the things in the 44th Amendment Act. Now the president can decide on the suggestions which were made by the Council of Ministers. So these were the things which got removed by the 44th Amendment Act, and that was brought by the Janata government. So in this way, many government has formed in India, and they molded the constitution as per their own interest. So we can say that Indian constitution is not a perfect thing, and it is the strongest yet so vulnerable. It is on the mercy of the political leaders who are in the power. So I hope you like this video, and if you like this, please share it with your friends. And I'll be coming with so many different topics, and in the next video I will be talking about what was the reason why Indira Gandhi was so desperate in implementing the national emergency, and why she changed so many things. I will talk about those things in my next videos. And yes, the 3 decades from 1971 to 2001 was very interesting in the Indian political history. So I'll be talking about them in the details in my upcoming videos. Till then, goodbye, Jai Hind.